Hello and good afternoon. My name is Dr. Molin Mugisha, and I am joining you on video from The Hague because I really wanted to participate in this very important meeting that you're having. I find it very important because it is bringing together Africans or people of African descent and people in different communities to work together to solve their problems, especially matters related to emancipation and entrepreneurship. My name is Dr. Molin Mugisha. I am from Uganda and I live in The Hague. I am also the founder of the Africa Culture Promotion Center, which is an organization based in The Hague, founded in 2021. And it was based on a dream to bring Africans together, to improve the image of people of African descent, and generally to promote Africa. So we promote Africa, African people, we promote our values, we promote our culture, and we cannot do this without enabling people to improve themselves. I believe that we as Africans understand our own problems. We understand our challenges. We also understand our strengths. And my organization works to try and bring this forward. So this is why we were formed. And we aim to be the center for African cultural education, for people who are looking to connect with African people, and also identity. In the 2 years and a half, almost 3 years that we have been in existence, we have done several things to bring our mission to a success. We have different ways that we do this. And the most important thing is, first of all, to bring Africans together, to provide a home and a space for us to express ourselves. And we do this through events. So we organize events, we organize programs, and we also seek out spaces where Africans are underrepresented and try to find ways to get there. So we're very active in the community, and our services for the community and services for children, because we try to support families who are raising children in multicultural environments. Trying to make sure that children who are born here and grow up here do not actually lose contact and lose a love and knowledge for their country and for their identity. We want our children to be proud of who they are. We also have the aspect of helping people relocate. When you just come to a new country, you are looking for how to get in, you are looking for your way, you are looking for how to find jobs, you're figuring out how to learn the language. So we have a knowledge of experience, and we have a group of people who are knowledgeable enough to guide you through the whole journey. Most importantly, and what is for this particular meeting that you're having, is the services for businesses. We support businesses a lot. We support people who want to start business, because we believe that if you were to emancipate yourself, Holland is a place where business is encouraged, where there's a lot of services for business. And we believe that if you know what to do, you have a skill, or you have a product that you want to bring to the market, it is best done through a model of business. Now, when you talk about business, most people are afraid, because they are thinking, when you start business, there is taxes. When you start business, then they'll come and take away your out caring, for example, if you have out caring. So there are a lot of challenges why people don't start business. Biggest challenge, of course, is the language, because you don't know how to figure out how to get to know where to start. And we give you that possibility. That it can be one-on-one guidance in terms of consultation, or even helping you decide what kind of business you want to start. So, for example, I have had people who come to us, and they have been doing a lot of good activities, and now they want to make a business, and then they say, I want to start a stichting. First of all, a stichting is not a business. A stichting is not for profit. So if you want to do good, yes, a stichting is good. But if you want as a career, as a way of generating income, as a way of emancipating yourself and getting your own financial independence, and that for your family, then it has to be a business. So we do a lot to help people figure out, where do I start? What do I do? For businesses, of course, when I talk about that, you might think, okay, I don't have a business yet. But we also are starting from the business idea itself. One of our most useful programs for people intending to start business, we organize every 3 times a year, mainly in The Hague, African market. And the African market is really meant to give people who have a product or a service to bring to the market, to bring to people. It can be that you make good food. It can be that you make good clothes. It can be that you have a service, for example, providing services for children. It can be that you bring things from Africa to sell here, but you don't know how to reach the market. You don't know how to get clients. So when you come to our markets, we have attendance of at least between 500 to 1,000 people who attend the markets. And so when you come, you can see how people like your products. A good example, for example, is we have one of our members who likes to make clothes, and she's this kind of person, when somebody had a good design they want to make, she will make it for them. But she was doing this very part-time because her full-time job was cleaning and looking after people. And then the first market, it was a little bit difficult to tell her, you make really good designs, come and bring them to the market. And after a while, the first market was, first of all, very successful because she had people who liked her designs, and some were saying, oh, I have had my material for a while, can you make for me a dress, and can you design for me something? And so she got busy. After 2 years now, she's always at our markets, but by the third time I said, why don't we organize like a fashion show at the market? There are a lot of people, then we make a fashion show. And so she went with the idea. She's very easy to teach. When you bring up some ideas, she's actually quite a good student. She started now then with a fashion show. It was successful, and she was very proud of it. And then we got a contract for her with a company, International African School, that was doing an exhibition of African materials in the museum in Vendam. So she made all the clothes for the museum. But to do that, she needed to have a kind of chamber of commerce, and she needed to have a registered business. Her business is called Sahana Designs. And so we made for her, we arranged everything. And then she also did a fashion show there. And now she is quite confident with her business. She does very well, and it's working very well. That is a success story. Such a success story would not be possible if we were not guiding her through every step, but also helping her to negotiate contracts. Some of her initial contracts, she was underselling herself. And that is one really good example. So what the market offers is an opportunity for people to try their services with the market. And together with that, we provide food, for example. So it's not just a social event. It's not just a party, but it is a market where people will come to find what's new. Some people come looking for their specific client or specific supplier that they had before. So that has been a very successful model, and I would encourage different regions to try it. We are there to help with consultation and all that. Our next market will be the end of August, which will be the Beautiful Africa Market. It is celebrating the International Day for People of African Descent. And then we shall have the Christmas market in December, and they're all in the city center of The Hague. So if there are some business people out there who want to test the market, please feel free to contact us and look at our website, look at our Instagram, and yeah, let's keep in touch, let's stay connected. Another service that we did for businesses is the Netherlands Africa Business Magazine. The first edition had all the different participating businesses that came to our market, the first market, and the services they provided. So we put all of the information in a magazine, and actually it's a very, it was a successful thing, honestly. And besides the final magazine that was produced, the making of the magazines helped people to think about, for example, what is my business about? What do I have to offer? And that kind of, for some who are not yet registered businesses, when they ask what is your mission statement, most people don't have that written down. And that was one way to help businesses do that. We're in the process of producing the next edition. So if you have a business, let us know, because your business could be in the next magazine. You can reach more people. As you can see, the NL African Business Magazine. This was a collection of all the different magazines that were participating in the market. And these different businesses were able to refine their ideas as they provided information. And these are all businesses by Africans in the Netherlands. And bringing them together actually helps for them to reach more people, for example, for them to understand how they can operate, and also to provide services to each other. So the next one is due very soon, so businesses are welcome to participate. For the children and connecting them to the African culture, I have I started by I write books that help children learn the African language. So that is also something that I encourage. For example, if you have a skill and you like to write books, or you have creativity, please, let's get together. If you want to write and publish a book or publish something, let's get together. Also, in promoting African culture, we are also helping small organizations and small groups who would like to promote African traditional dance. So actually we have an African traditional dance group that is, performing traditional dance. We recently had a traditional dance festival, which was a big success. It was the first of its kind, and it was really a big success. Plus, we have one or two groups that we have helped to acquire a subsidy, and that's a kind of consultation in that area where they can get funds to be able to promote their traditional activities. So that is in the area of culture as well. What I've realized is that there is a lot of money out there. There's a lot of subsidies out there for things like this, but we need to know, and we need to be able But we need to know, and we need to be able to go for these subsidies. So we also sometimes help organizations to look for this subsidy. Here is a little bit about our last traditional dance festival, which brought so many people from so many groups from The Hague and surrounding areas. And definitely it was a success, so we shall do it again. And that way, it was a way to start dialogue, a way to celebrate Africa. And that is some of those things that people don't think are important, but we find them very important. here are some reasons why I would encourage anybody to start a business. Number one, you are able to determine what you like to do. Because most times when you're on social support, for example, or when you just get into the country, you're looking for anything. That's okay in the beginning, but after a while, you know what you like to do, you know what skills you have, and you can use them. And for example, for people who are like, you have young children and you have some entrepreneurial skills, starting a business means that you can do the business in your free time, and then you also have your time to dedicate to your young children and raise your children well. So you determine your time, you determine what kind of clients you get. And for people who are afraid of discrimination, when you have your services, when you have a good service, people will want you, whatever color you are or whatever. So you can also overcome challenges of discrimination, for example. The other thing, of course, that we have to understand is that as a community, we need to support each other. We need to come together. When we are together, we are stronger. So we have in the cooperative women and also, mainly women who are doing cooking. So they are doing a catering. Together they are developing together. They are learning about the hygiene together. They are sharing knowledge. So a kind of business club, a kind of knowledge sharing. So when you meet, instead of just talking about all kinds of things, instead of talking about the problems in Africa, you're talking about where is the next networking event? Where can we go to learn more? What did you learn where you went? Where can we get financing? That is also another big thing. Financing. Most of the big projects that I have done, most people think that I am funding them, or sometimes when a business is small, you cannot finance a lot. And sometimes it may be hard to get financing from banks and stuff. But business to business services, like where a small business does something for another small business and it is valued monetarily, or sometimes you get a big contract and you cannot do it alone. So when you're together with another group of businesses, for example, you might get a big catering and you're alone, you cannot manage it. But then you're 3 people doing catering, then you can manage that contract. So working together is definitely something that is going to take us far as a community. Most people, as Africans, we're afraid to work together, of course, because we don't trust each other. But there are contracts that you can make and understandings that you can make that then you can trust each other to operate on a business level. So some of the challenges that we may have to overcome as a community to be able to do big things is the mistrust. And sometimes we want to do something today and we want the profit today. We have to invest a lot because, first of all, we're in a country where we don't understand the rules, so we might have to learn. If you're going to do a business, you need to be able to learn. So we're going to have to learn a lot from each other, and sometimes you may have to go back to school and learn more or take a course or so these are things we have to do together, supporting each other, learning together, sharing knowledge, sharing information. So that said, I'm very happy to share the information that I know with people. For example, what we have done. I mean, when we do the market in The Hague, it's not just the people from The Hague, it's people from all over. But it would be nice to have in the different regions a market. And that knowledge I already have, and our name is already known. So when it comes to that, I'm happy to share that knowledge. The other program that we do a lot of collaboration with other people, like social maatschappelijk dienst programs. We also do mental health program for people of African descent, sponsored by Oranje Funds. So, for example, for me as a business, I do not get subsidy from government, but I do have a service that a lot of stichtings, which get subsidy from government, need. So I help them create their programs. Sometimes I'm advising them how to get the financing, but in advising them to get the financing, they give me the updraft. So in the end, it's working together, it's collaborating, because we've got to stick together, we've got to work together. What does the future look like? What do I dream of? I dream of an Africa where we're working together. I dream of a community where here in Holland, once we work together, we cannot be ignored, because we shall be a big force. We shall be a productive force. And when we are a productive force, we can negotiate. We can say, this is what we need, and we'll get it without hesitation. So I thank you for organizing this. And I think it is really important. And I think it's a matter of time. This is a big step, but a small step in the right direction. So let's work together. If you have any questions, my contact details are here. You can reach me, you can email me, you can WhatsApp me. I'm always available. If you don't find me, you can leave me a message. I'll always call back. But I'm looking forward to work with all of you. Anybody who has a dream, we can achieve it. So I send you greetings from the Africa Culture Promotion Center. I wish you a successful afternoon. I wish you successful deliberations. And I'm really proud that this is happening. Thank you so much also for having me, and thank you for listening, and thank you in advance for making our communities proud. Have a nice afternoon. This is Dr. Molin from the Africa Cultural Promotion Center.